eater's regret. Rebel Volleyball is on.
What a barn burner we have here tonight. Rich leading 16-15, set and match point for the third time. Kendall Staple to serve. Staple down the line. Giles passes up into the net. A Crawford drop in Randolph service ace.
The 2019 season starts a new chapter of Rich High Volleyball as Coach Wendy Lamborn takes the reins and leads the Rebels onto the court.
It's stuffed. Epic recreation block of the game by Eliana Brown.
Crank up the volume and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball.
Stacy back corner, perfect spot.
On Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Brown sets high and outside. Hatch hits down the line, back corner, she got it in there. And the Rebels win on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In of Casper, by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha of Cache Valley, and by mylocalradio.com.
The Eagles barely get to it, but it's stuffed. There's your epic recreation block of the game. Sage Tingy read that perfectly.
And now, Rich High Volleyball fans.
Wallenstein, a laser that hits the top of the net, rolls over the top and in. A fourth service ace in 5 serves by Allie Wallenstein.
Pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good afternoon and welcome to Utah Valley University and the UCCU Center as the Rebels wrap up the 2019 season in the 3rd and 4th place match for the second consecutive year against the ICS Lions. These teams met last year for 3rd and 4th. The Lions had swept the Rebels through the regular season and won 3-1 in this match last year. This season, ICS won at ICS, Rich won at Rich. And this is the rubber match. It's the Rebels and the ICS Lions coming up. We've got the Town of Randolph pregame show brought to you by the mayor, board members, and town clerk when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Back at state tournament action, Tabiona Tigers right now on the court against the White Horse Raiders. And actually, Tabby just won in 3 sets, 25-14. Tabby wins 6th place. Whitehorse finishes 8th. I believe that Paiute already beat Valley for the 5th and 7th place match. And that takes us to 3rd and 4th, the Rich Rebels and the ICS Lions coming up. Moving into your scene set, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. By virtue of the RPI ratings, the Rebels are the visiting team in this game, in this match. Rich comes in at 21-12 overall, 7-1 in Region 22, and 5th place in the RPI. The Rebels' last match, a loss, 3-1 versus Panguitch in the semifinals. That was earlier today. Rich had a close first set. They not quite as close in the second, won the third, and then ran out of gas for the 4th set. Panguitch won 25-14. Rich will look to bounce back against the ICS Lions, who come into this match at 23-5 overall. That includes a 3-0 loss against Milford in the semifinals. The Lions went 5-1 in Region 22. They played 2 fewer games than Rich did in the region because of the basketball issues last year that happened between ICS and Tabiona. The schools were mandated not to play each other in regular season action. Therefore, ICS didn't play 2 region matches against Tabiona this year. Came in as number 2 in the RPI rating, and some who would oppose the RPI would point to the fact that in the UHSA RPI, ICS came in 2. The best they can finish is 3rd, whereas the Rebels finished 5th and could climb as high as 3rd place. And you look at the Max Preps rankings, and they've got Milford 1 spot ahead of ICS, which is how it's finished here at this tournament. Now, the matches, or the match rather, between ICS and Milford, it was an interesting one, but really not that close. Milford 25-15 in the first, then a close second, 29-27, and a close third set, 25-21. But the Tigers swept the ICS Lions. And so ICS, it'll be interesting to see how the 2 teams come out. Do they come out sad, disappointed at what for both Rich and ICS were hopes of a berth in the state championship match and a possibility of a state title, versus losing in the semifinals and facing each other for a 3rd time this season? So do they come out with a vengeance, saying, okay, let's finish on a win, or do they come out with some disappointment, saying, well, we lost, what have we got left to play for? I think both teams, I know the mental toughness of the Rebels, and I have to assume just because of how good ICS has been the last few years, their mental toughness is going to be in the same spot of, well, doggone it, we lost. Maybe not exactly these words, but we'll move on, and let's finish with a victory. No team wants to finish the season with a loss. So the Rich Rebels and the ICS Lions coming up. This is your Rich County 4-H scene set. Rich County 4-H empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. I looked for, could not find, did not have a chance to catch up with Garrett Austin, head coach of the ICS Lions. So we'll move along in our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show and give you a little bit of more information about ICS in a moment. Then we'll talk with Rebel head coach Wendy Lamborn when we return on the Town of Randolph pregame show here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Back at UCCU Center on the campus of Utah Valley University, Rich and ICS for the 3rd time this year, for the 6th time in 2 years, and for the 2nd straight year in the 3rd and 4th place match. Last year, the Lions beat the Rebels in 4. ICS Lions have no state championships in their history. I believe they lost in the state title match a few years ago. Last year, again, beat Rich 3-1. The year before that, went 1-2 at state. In 2016, they took fifth with a win over Milford. And in 2015, fifth with a win over Monument Valley. 1-2 at state the prior 2 years before that. But no state titles in ICS Lions volleyball history. New head coach, well, in his first year, Garrett Austin has led this team to quite a record. They went 21-4 overall in the regular season, and beat some good teams along the way. They beat Rich 3-2 at ICS, beat Duchesne 3-1. That's a 2A team that right now is playing Altamont in the Consolation Championship for 6th and 8th place. Along the way, beat 2A Layton Christian Academy. They took down or lost to Judge Memorial. Took care of business in region play for the most part, with the exception of the 3-0 loss at Rich. At one point, ICS had won, I think, 10 or 12 matches in a row, with a win over Manila. Then they beat Wendover, they beat Rich, and then played at a tournament out in Wendover where they won, I think, 7 or 8 straight. And the last time ICS had lost prior to today's semifinal match was against Waterford on October 8th. A 3-0 loss against Waterford, which will finish no worse than 3rd or 4th place in the 2A tournament. And so Garrett Austin has done a great job with this team, taking over for Kevin Inafuku. And this is a ICS team that has some big hitters, Isabel Aist, Gabby Renaud, and others, and some very fundamentally sound volleyball players. That'll do it for hearing about the ICS Lions. We'll move on with our Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Stacy's Repair, if you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff, Utah. We'll hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
With Coach Wendy Lamborn one final time on this Saturday afternoon at the state tournament. Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Ryan.
Your morning match against Panguitch probably didn't go quite how you wanted it to.
Absolutely, it did not. I just didn't feel like we really stepped up to the plate ready to compete. I was kind of hoping that we would have. Got going, and then we'd slow down, then we'd get going, and we'd slow down. So I don't know. I thought Panguitch played really well. Their number 6 played really well for them. We didn't serve the greatest. Kendall did outstanding for us. I thought Kendall Staple had an outstanding game. So did Sydney Hatch. So our middles did well.
Through those first 2 sets, you were right there, had leads midway through both of those sets, but something was different going down the stretch. It might have been Kaisa Miller that you mentioned, that their middle hitter. What else did you see that happened?
You know, I just feel like we didn't pass as well as we wanted. And I don't know if we just have a brain cramp with Panguitch or if we somehow got to get over that.
Other teams have a brain cramp with Rich, so we, at least in theory, we know that exists.
That's correct. So we just got to get over ours, and then we can dominate.
Coach, so you dropped down into the 3rd and 4th place match, and some surprise to see Milford beat ICS a few minutes ago, and Milford into the championship. You guys will face ICS for a 3rd time this year.
Yep, and I think that's just more indication how messed up the RPI system is. Milford, a number 6, beating off a so-called number 2 in 3 matches, and we really should be playing the Panguitch game versus Rich for the championship.
Coach, facing ICS for a 3rd time at their place, the low ceiling haunted you guys. They won 3-2. At your place, it was no contest. You swept them easily.
Yeah, we did. You know, we're both coming off of a loss, though, so you never know what's going to happen off of a loss. You know, I'm sure they were thinking they were going to the championship as well, so it'll just depend on which team wants to step up and get 3rd place. Not the funnest place, but it's still a win.
Knowing your team and the girls and who they are and their mental toughness, how do you feel like your girls will bounce back for this 3rd and 4th place match?
You know, I've got some that are looking like they're ready to go for the Gusto, and I've got some that look like they're not. But I do have a lot of willing and wanting younger players. So I'll go with that if I need to. I would just like to go out with a good win.
Your girls, I'm sure, recognize the fact that you beat them at home and came in as a lower seed, maybe having something extra to prove here?
I definitely think that. I hope they're feeling that. It's how I feel. I hope that they're feeling the same way. So I hope we can go out and get a good win against ICS and play hard, and third place will be good.
Any specifics that they do that worry you or that you need to be focused on?
You know, they're kind of a scrappy little team, and, but so can we. So like I say, it's both of us coming off of a loss. It'll be interesting to see who wants to step up and really, really win.
Finish out with a W.
Yep.
Coach, anything else you want to touch on?
Nope. Thanks, Ryan.
Coach Wendy Lamborn, thank you so much for your time. Good luck with ICS.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach. Pleasure to work and talk with you all season long, and not looking forward to this volleyball season being over, but it will be within the next hour and a half or 2 hours. Rich and ICS coming up in just a bit. This Coach's Show has been brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Stay tuned. The Christopher Staple family starting lineups and the Lake Town Ledger when we return on the Wildlife, mylocalradio.com and live.ksl.com. You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Back at Utah Valley University for state tournament action in the Town of Randolph pregame show. Home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk. Of the Town of Randolph. The Rich Rebels and the ICS Lions have faced off twice already this season. And ICS won at ICS. Rich won at Rich. Historically, this matchup has belonged to the Rebels until last year. Rebels had won 4 straight against ICS, but the Lions won 3 straight, including last year's, or actually 4 straight, including last year's 3rd, 4th place match and one time this year there at ICS. In that match, 5 close sets. ICS won the 5th, 15-12. At Rich, it wasn't close at all. The Rebels won 25-10, 25-16, 25-15. This is your Lake Town Ledger, brought to you by the Town of Lake Town. The mayor and town council of Lake Town wish the Rebels good luck. And so my records with Rich and ICS matches go back to 2006. In that span, 4-4. Each team with 4 wins. They met in the 2007 semifinals. The Rebels won 3-1. But again, historically, recently, ICS has dominated this series. They've won 4 of the last 5. And I've got to update that. Actually, Rich has 5 wins and 4 losses on the Lake Town Ledger. Your starting lineup brought to you by Christopher Staple Family. Christopher Staple Family wishing the Rebels the best. Rich is the visiting team in this one by designation of the RPI seating. So we'll give you their starters first. A junior outside hitter, number 2, McKenna Stacy. Senior outside hitter, number 5, Allie Wallenstein. A senior middle blocker, number 6, Kendall Staple. Junior setter, number 32, J.C. Cornea. Senior right side, 35, Eliana Brown. And a senior middle blocker, number 45, Sydney Hatch. With libero, number 10, a junior, Sage Tingy. Those are your Rebel starters. As for the ICS Lions, a sophomore, number 1, Gabrielle Renaud. A sophomore, number 9, Morgan Zandberg. Sophomore setter, number 11, Amelia Valente. senior outside hitter, number 13, Isabel Aist. Junior, number 16, Susanna Colby. A sophomore, number 20, Erica Callanan. And the libero, senior, number 22, Brianna Phillips. Those are your starters, brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. Wishing the Rebels the best. Third and fourth place. These two teams battled it out for third and fourth a year ago. ICS won in 4, 3 games to 1. They had beat the Rebels in all 3 matchups last year, 3 games to 1, including that third and fourth place matchup. Rich in the black jerseys, white numbers with a little bit of blue down the sleeve if you're watching online at live.ksl.com. The Rebels attacking left to right. That's east to west here at Utah Valley University's UCCU Center. ICS, I think the differentiation you can really look for is the white stripe going down the shoulder blade on the back of the jersey. And because other than that, jersey's pretty similar and likely, if you're watching the stream online, you might not be able to see the Rebel blue on the shoulder. So that white stripe on the shoulder blade and kind of circling the arm for ICS might be the differentiation you'll need to look for watching online at live.ksl.com between Rich and ICS. I'll try to keep mentioning that Rich attacking left to right from your view, and ICS attacking right to left. The Rebels have the beginning serve, brought to you by Town & Country Realty, and it's Allie Wallenstein delivering. We're underway in the third and fourth place match. Set high and into the middle. Rebels with a big high dig on the back line, passed up to the 10-foot line and over. Passed up front and set high and outside. Renaud hits, Rebels dig, and slap it to the back corner. Another dig for ICS. Dump set. Sage Tingy digs for Rich. High and outside. McKenna Stacy cracks it to the back corner and in. And Rich leads 1-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Again, the beginning serve of each set brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Pam Cornea selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Wallenstein serves again, takes something off it with a rainbow. High and outside, Renaud taps it across. The Rebels able to dig, set it up outside, and Stacy off her back foot taps it down in front of the ICS Lions defense. 2-0 Rebels, the guest on your Station on Main scoreboard if you're watching online. Allie Wallenstein serves again for Rich, left to right, and drops it in for a Crawford Trough and Randolph ace. 3-0. Rebels on top. Give McKenna Stacy 2 steals. Allie Wallenstein, 2 kills. Allie Wallenstein 1 ace. Here's AWOL again, and this time just a bit short. 3-1. ICS is on the board, trailing the Rich Rebels. ICS has the service, and they'll send back. Looks like Amelia Valente, I think. Didn't get a good read on the number. Rebels set up the attack and hit it. Valente sets after the dig, slapped down the line. Rich digs, passes it over. Overpassed by the Lions, overpassed by the Rebels, slapped back down by the Rebels, and the kill right down the middle. I think that was J.C. Cornea from the middle. May have been Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. And Rich takes a 4-1 lead. Sydney Hatch serves for Rich. ICS sets it up, and Marissa Brugman hits it short into the net. 5-1 Rebels. Here in this first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. Sydney Hatch serves again, long and out. Good eye by the Lions to let that one sail by for the second service error of the set. The Rebels want to keep it to 5 service errors total in the match. They're already almost halfway there, just 7 points in. Lions with an ace. Rebels let it go. They thought it would be long and out, but that's a strike on the corner, and the Lions climb to within 2, 5-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Service, this one certainly long. Rebels let it go and earn the point, 6-3. Both teams struggling with the service a little bit here early on. Rebels with 2 errors, Lions with 1. J.C. Cornea sets up to serve for Rich, left to right. If you tuned in on live.ksl.com, good pass from Phillips, set up. Rebels stuff it. Epic Recreation blocked by Kendall Staple. 7-3. Epic Recreation for all your rentals in the Bear Lake area. If you're up there for winter recreation, summer recreation down on the lake, epicrecreation.net, or find them on Facebook. ICS sets it up. 10-foot line attack, too long, out. Rebels watch it go by for the point to Rich. 8-3. Rich Rebels on top. At ICS, I'll tell you about their gym in a second. It gives ICS a big advantage when they play at home. Talk about home court advantage. ICS scrambles, passes it to the back line. Wallentine, good eye, keeps it in play. Set up to Stacy, hit blocked. Absolute stuff by the Lions. You see the ceiling above here at the Utah Valley University UCCU Center, and most gyms have a pretty high ceiling. ICS, a very low ceiling. There are rafters at about 25, maybe 30 feet up in the air. ICS serves, clips the top of the net. Rebels dig and set it up. Push Kendall Staple to the back corner. Nice dig by Ace, I believe. Maybe Brugman. Pushed and passed over. Rebels get a nice dig, set it up, hit it to the back line. Dug by the Lions. They'll slap it over and out. And so what you get at ICS is teams cannot do that high pass. And you'll even ICS, but they've adjusted to it because that's their home court. Here's McKenna Stacy with the service. Notice the little bit lower pass by ICS, and they slap it down to the back corner, 9-5. Now, as ICS comes back to serve, watch their service and look at how high typically, and I hope I'm right on this one because Rich often passes very high, and a lot of teams do this. It's one way to just get a high pass, buy yourself some time. See that little bit higher pass. High and outside, Wallentine hits it cross court and misfires a little bit long. 9-6 ICS within 3. Renaud, I believe, back to serve. No, that's Morgan Zandberg. My apologies. Tough to see numbers from here, and I'm 0 for 3. Rachel Jensen serves. Another high Rebel pass right up to the front. A pass that high at ICS likely is up into the rafters. Lions bounce it over. Rich digs. Good pass up front. Cornea back set for Ellie Brown. Back corner. Drops it in. 10-6 Ellie Brown with the Bear Lake Realty kill. So what you get is at ICS, teams have a lot of service receive errors because of that low ceiling. Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for the Rebels. Makes it 11-6. And it was emphasized or illustrated by when Rich played at ICS, they lost 3-2 in 5 close sets. Staples serves again for Rich. Left to right at live.ksl.com. Aced with a big hit down the line. Diving dig by Allie Wallentine, or no, McKenna Stacy, but the Rebels hit is just short and into the net. Then when ICS played at Rich, it wasn't close. Rich won 25-10, 25-16, and 25-15. Isabel Ace serves. McKenna Stacy receives. Cornea back set for Brown. Ellie hits to the back line, and ICS digs it up. They'll push up front. Renaud off balance, but a nice attack. Rich digs into the middle. Sydney Hatch with the Bear Lake Realty kill. Dropped it down in front of a diving Brianna Phillips. So it's a real home court advantage for ICS when they play at home. Of course, here at State, it's a higher ceiling, and we're seeing ICS wasn't able to adjust about that with Milford. Milford swept the Lions just earlier today. Rebels set it up again in the middle, and Hatch hits it through the block and drops it in. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Sydney Hatch. Rich leads 13-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Ellie Brown serving for Rich, left to right at live.ksl.com. Beautiful floater serve, passed up and over, and the Rebels crack it down. ICS digs it way out of bounds, 14-7. I believe that was Sydney Hatch on the Bear Lake Realty kill. Happy birthday overpass hit. Rebels up by a touchdown in the first set, brought to you by Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. This timeout presented by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to the UCCU Center. Rebels leading 14-7. Eliana Brown serving for Rich. A low laser. Phillips barely digs. What a play by the Lions. But then the Rebels stuff it, block it back down. But Rich, no. A Lion in the net. Not sure exactly what the call was, but Rich gets the point, 15-7. with the lead in set number 1. Brown serves again, down the line, passed up and over. Hatch goes up, taps it down, slapped back. Hatch slaps it down again. The Lions dig. Phillips dives to keep it alive. Hatch digs. Cornea high and outside for Rich. Wallenstein's hit, stuffed. That block on the high and outside is on point so far for ICS. Allie Wallenstein has been blocked 3 or 4 times already in this first set. 15-8, the Rebels lead. Lions serving down the line. Stacy, good pass up front. Cornea back set in the middle. Hatch taps it down in front. A diving dig by Zandberg, and the Lions slap it over. Rich digs. Cornea high and outside again. This time Wallenstein taps it over the block. Dug up by the Lions. Hit long and out from the middle. 16-8. Rich doubling up ICS in the first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet, a community-driven dealership in Evanston, Wyoming. The service by Wallenstein, a rainbow overpass. Rich sets it up in the middle for Sydney Hatch. Lions dig, set it up and hit through the block. And I believe it was Renaud. Yes, it was Gabby Renaud with the kill. 16-9. Lions cut the lead to 7 and have the service. Is this Valente with the serve on the right hand? And she serves an ace. A couple of Rebels were there, but it was down at their feet, and they just didn't go down to get it. Partly because Valente delivered it right between 2 of them, and I think both of them thought the other would go for it. Tingy receives, shanked off, and the Rebels can't control. Another service ace for Valente. 16-11. I believe she is one of the top set servers for this ICS team as far as aces go. She's been one of the tops on the team. A third. No, the Rebels, that won't go in the books as an ace, but it's as good as one. Another point for ICS. Goodness. Rebels needing to find a good pass. Yeah, Valente tops on the team. Coming into the tournament, had 61 service aces. Wallenstein receives. It's out of bounds. Rich keeps it alive, and Cornea passes it over the net somehow. Pass set up front. Quick set in the middle. Rebels overpass it. Passed up high and out. Stacy goes up and taps it with the left hand. She knew she didn't need to put much on it, just needed to spot it down on the floor, and she got a great angle. Good quick athleticism to go high. Sydney Hatch serves for Rich. Lions set up a back set. Rich somehow digs it up, a comprehensive family dental dig of the game. Renaud digs, set on the backside again, and Brugman hits long and out. Too much arch on that attack by Marissa Brugman. And the Rebels lead 18-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Sydney Hatch serving for Rich. Phillips receives off to the side. Good adjustment. Valente keeps it alive. Hit down the right corner and in. Nice attack. The Lions score the point. Rebels had no chance to try and dig that one up. And Gabby Renaud drops back to serve for ICS, trailing 18-15 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Good pass by Taylor McKee, but the Rebels sleeping, don't get underneath it. It was off to the right side. Stacy was backing up to get ready for the kill or the attack, and the setter couldn't quite get to where that pass was. Renaud serves again with ICS trailing by 4. Cornea sets in the middle. Staple with the left hand, cracks it, and Phillips digs. High to the right side. Brugman just slaps it across. McKee digs. Cornea in the middle again. Staple touches it across. Easy and a nice dig by Isabel Ace. She hits. Rebels block it. Set up in the middle this time. Touched over. A 50-50 ball at the net. And Rich in the net. ICS gets the point. 18-15. Lions on a 3-0 run. And with the service, Renaud, who had 47 aces during the regular season, almost gets one there. Rebels just get underneath it. Don't get a good pass, but they do pass it over the net. Valente, high left side, ace, crushes it. Rebels got one touch on it, a second off to the side and out of bounds. And the Lions on a serious run here. They were down 18-12. They've gone 4 straight, and the Rebels take a timeout. We'll take a quick one as well, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. Call 435-793-4208.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Back in the Rolene Kennedy first set. Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. Renaud serves off the top of the net to the Rebels. They dig it up, set, and Stacy hits down the line. Lions dig. They'll hit from the back, from behind, about 10 foot behind the 10-foot line, and into the net. The hit was short. Point to the Rebels, side out, and Rich has the service. J.C. Cornea with Rich on top, 19-16. Cornea just clears the net. Phillips digs, aced from high and outside. Rebels stuff it, epic recreation block, but the Lions dig it up. Aced hits cross court and out, 20-16. Rich, 5 points away from a set 1 victory. This first set, again, is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. J.C. Cornea serves, back corner. Phillips passes high and up front. Valente, quick back set. And the right side hitter knocks it down. Rebels dig, set it up for Stacy, hits long and out. 20-17. Rebels looked like they were going to run away with it. It was 16-8, and the Lions climbed back in to keep it close, 20-17. Stacy receives. Cornea back set for Staple, I believe. Lions dig, crack it down from the middle and in for the kill. 20-18. Rich was on top 16-8. Lions went on an 8-2 run, and they've outscored Rich 10-4 since that point. Service, Rebels receive, better pass. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Hits, blocked, Tingy digs, and it goes over the net. Lions keep it alive and slap it over from the 10-foot line. Tingy with another dig. Cornea back set in the middle. Staple cracks it hard into the block. Dug high. Valente quick dump or quick soft set. Touched over and in on the line. 20-19. Lions within 1. They trailed 16-8 in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. With the service, Susanna Colby, the junior, delivers. Wallenstein passes. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Touches it over the block and drops it in front. Little donut hole in the defense. McKenna Stacy with her third Bear Lake Realty kill of the first set. Rich leads by 2, 21-19. And McKenna Stacy serves for Rich. To the back line, passed up front. Valente high and outside to Morgan Zandberg, who hits long and out. Rebels let it go by for the hitting error, and Rich leads by 3, 22-19. Stacy running jump serve. Phillips passes up the 10-foot line, and the hit to the back line. Stacy dives and digs. Cornea keeps it alive. Tingy passes it over. Up front, Valente, nice move to stay in front of the net. Hit hard, deflected high in the air. Rebels set it up, and Staple hits for the back corner. Dug out of bounds by, I think, Marissa Brugman. No, that was actually Amelia Valente. 23-19, Kendall Staple with her second Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Timeout, ICS, with Rich 2 points away from a first set victory. We'll keep it right here during this timeout and thank one of our sponsors. During the regular season on mylocalradio.com, we do a video stream of all the Rebel volleyball matches. And that video stream is brought to you in part by Bear Lake Realty. They sponsor our camera. And Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake area. Gary McKee's been there a long time, been doing it a long time, and he knows the area, he knows the people. He's got this such smarts in the real estate market of Bear Lake. I'll tell you more about that, but you can visit bearlakerealty.com or give Gary a call at 435-946-8888. McKenna Stacy serves. Nice pass. They set it up to Ace. Blocked out of bounds by the Rebels. 23-20. Lions get the side out they were looking for coming out of the timeout. First set, Rich on top, 23-20. The Rebels led 16-8. They were running away with it, but the Lions dug deep and climbed back in. Service from ICS. Stacy passes. Cornea high and outside for Wallentine. Allie hits, blocked. She digs it up. Tingy over by her bench to keep it alive, and Staple pushes it across. Set high and outside for Ace. Punch to the back line and in. Isabel Aced just cracked it in there, 23-21. Rich leads by 2 in the first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming. With the service, Rachel Jensen. Rebels barely get underneath it. Cornea high and outside for Wallentine. Hit long to the back line and out. 23-22. Rebels having trouble closing out in this first set. They've had leads and been stuck at 23 for 4 straight points. Jensen serves. Stacy receives. Good pass. Cornea high and in the middle. Staple cracks it hard. Dug high in the air. Valente passes high and Ace hits it long and out. And the Rebels have set point 24-22 on the Station on Main scoreboard. But Rich has had a hard time getting that final point, or getting a point here down the stretch in this first set. Kendall Staples serving and hits the net. Service error, 24-23. 1, 2, 3 service errors for the Rebels in this first set. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them as ICS serves. Still set point for Rich. Isabel Ace delivers. Tingy passes and a ball in the court, or Ace didn't get the whistle. Something along the lines of let's do it again. So Ace serves again with the right hand, serving right to left at live.ksl.com. Serves long, and Tingy plays it. Cornea high and outside. Touched down the line by the Rebels. Zandberg digs. They go high and in the middle. Rebels deflect it. Cornea with the dig. High and outside again. Big hit by Rich. Long and out. Score ties at 24 all in this first set on the Station on Main scoreboard. Ace to serve again for ICS. Rebels, good pass. Cornea, high and outside for Wallentine. Hits it, dug by Zandberg off the block. Rebels set it again, this time in the middle. Hatch hits, blocked, and on the Rebels side, ICS takes a 25-24 lead. Rich was up 16-8 midway through this match, and the Lions have come roaring back. And now ICS has set point with a timeout on the floor, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
All right, we jump right back in as Ace serves, coming out of a quick timeout. Rebels set it up, hit, and the Lions win. Come from behind victory for the ICS Lions, 26-24. Rich struggled to score points down the stretch, and Lions of ICS take a 1-0 lead. First set has been brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet in Evanston, Wyoming.
This is Rich Rebels Senior Sydney Hatch with live coverage of Rich High Volleyball action on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Welcome back to state tournament action. ICS comes from behind. The Rebels had a 16-8 lead. Lions come back and win 26-24 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As we head for set number 2, ICS beat Rich 3-1 in this same match a year ago to finish third and Rich fourth. Rebels swept ICS at Rich this year but lost 3-2 at ICS. Swept ICS at Rich, lost at ICS 3-2. Rebels set it up. Wallenstein's hit block. She somehow digs it. No, that was Brittany Lamborn who somehow dug it back up and over. Lions set it up and hit it short into the net. Rich, for a second time today, leads 1-0 in this second set, rather. Rich with the service, and Lamborn delivers. Lions set it up, and Brugman passes it over. Lamborn, good pass up front. Cornea in the middle. Hatch hits, deflected high off the block, dug high in the air, set outside, and Renaud hits it. Rebels smack it down, dug up way backwards in the wrong direction. Rebels lead 2-0 after that Bear Lake Realty kill. So Rich leads 2-0. Lions get it up at the net, somehow stay out of the net. Big hit. Tingy digs for Rich. Rebels attacking right to left in this second set, and the Rich Rebels. Sydney Hatch finds the back corner for the Bear Lake Realty kill. Rich leads 3-0. They did the same thing in the first set. Brittany Lamborn serves again for the Rebels. Valente back set, and it was too close to the net. Renaud couldn't get to it. Renaud. So Rich with another point, 4-0. Rebels on top. Lamborn to serve again for Rich. Lions, decent pass up front, slap it across, but misfire and out of bounds. 5-0. Rich out to an early lead in this the second set of the third and fourth place match. Lions overpass on the serve receive. Stacy goes up and taps it down on a happy birthday. McKenna Stacy with her fourth Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. And Coach Austin takes a timeout with Rich leading 6-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say, Go Red Rebels! Lamborn serves again with Rich leading 6-1 in set number 2. Lions set it up, and Isabel Aced finds the back corner. Just past the outstretched fingertips of Brittany Lamborn, diving to try and dig it up. Lions set up for the serve. Rich receives. That was Taylor McKee. Rebels go to McKenna Stacy. Tapped into the middle. Valente digs. Phillips, and then Aced hits. Tingy with a high dig. Lamborn passes outside, and Stacy cracks it across. Phillips with a dig. Valente high and outside. Aced again. Hits into the net, and 3 Rebel blockers were there, but the officials saw the same thing I did, though I'm very far away. The net blocked it, 4 touches. Rich leads 7-1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Phillips overpasses it. Rebels go up, tap it down, but Lions dig it up. Ace touches it across. Stacy digs. Rebels set it up in the middle. Staple hits, deflected up and out by the Lion blockers. That was a good adjustment by Staple. She saw the blockers there and hit it high off their fingertips and out. Sydney Hatch with the service, and Lions set it up from the middle, hit it, deflected by Rich and out of bounds. 8-2. Lions get the side out and the point. Emilio Valente drops back to serve. Again, leads this team in service aces this season, somewhere in the ballpark of 70, including this state tournament action. Valente serves. Taylor McKee receives for Rich. Rebels Stacy cracks it across. Dug up, overpassed. Staple sees an empty corner, goes for it, and hits it just long and out. Good idea by Kendall Staple, but just misfired. 8-3, Rebels lead in set number 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Valente serves. McKee passes it the wrong direction. Peart keeps it alive, and McKee passes it over. Into the middle, set up, Rebels block it, slap to the back line, slapped across, McKee digs, or no, Lamborn digs. Stacy hits, blocked by the net. 8-4. Rebels have gotten into a habit of getting big leads and then not holding on to those leads. Lions climbing back in. Emilio Valente set to serve for ICS. Stacy passes up to Cornea, into the middle. Staple hit, blocked, and a Lion in the net. Not sure what the call was there. They stopped play. They've not awarded either team a point. Maybe they'll just play it again. Miscommunication or a difference of opinion from the officials? Not sure. Either way, no point awarded, and Valente serves again. Peart passes up front. Cornea high and outside. Stacy smashes it through the block. Bear Lake Realty kill number 5 for McKenna Stacy in the match. Rich leads 9-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Town of Woodruff, Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell bring you this second set. The Lions set it up and hit it off the block. It was deflected by a Rebel and out of bounds, 9-5. Rebel lead back down to 4. As I believe this is Jensen in to serve for ICS. A few slaps of the ball on the ground. Dribbles, as it were. Lamborn receives. Stacy hits. Deflected down the line of the net to the ICS bench. Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna, 10-5. Rich leads in set number 2. ICS came from behind to win the first set, 26-24. They scored the final 4 points after Rich had set point at 24-22. Rebels serve. Misfires. 10-6 Lions within 4 and with the service. Isabel Aced serving. Staple, good pass up front to Cornea. High and outside, and Lamborn hits. Phillips digs, and a point to the Rebels. I missed the indication from the official of what it was that gave Rich the point, but Rich leads 11-6. May have been a player in the net. Kendall Staple with the service for Rich, the senior playing her final volleyball match. All the seniors out there. High and outside, Renaud hits, Rebels dig, Rebels blocked, Renaud digs, and it looked like a 2-touch is what they'll call. 12-6, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Staple with the service. Ace receives. Valente sets, and what an angle for the Lions, but they hit it just wide and out of bounds. 13-6, Rich leads on the Station on Main scoreboard. Lions set it up and hit to the back corner. Nice crack, 13-7. ICS gets the side out. Lions serve off the top of the net, and it drops in for the ace, 13-8. Rebels average 3 aces per set, and they have none so far here in set number 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Stacy receives, a couple of Rebels scramble, and Hatch passes it over. Set up, tapped across, diving comprehensive family dental dig, out of play by Rich, 13-9. Lions serve. Rebels struggling on the serve receive. It's a pass, it's a serve receive game, and Rich struggling on that here today. And then the Lions tap it in front of the Rebel defense. Rich might need a timeout here. 13-10. Lions climbing back in. The Rebels had a 13-6 lead, a 4-0 Lions run. Stacy receives. Cornea passes high, and Lamborn touches it across. It somehow deflects off the ICS block and to the floor. Lamborn with her second Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Rebels service by Eliana Brown. Lions don't get a good pass, and ace hit from the 10-foot liner behind it. Hits the net, and it trampolines right back to her. Rebels serve. Again, it's Eliana Brown. It's the receive out of bounds right at the bench. ICS keeps it alive and passes it over. Cornea up in the middle. Hatch looking for the back corner. Dropped it. No, just long. That was close, but just out. 15-11. Or is it overruled? I think the officials overruled it and said it was in. I'm at no angle to say in or out. It looked close, and the officials said it was in. 16-10. Sydney Hatch with the Bear Lake Realty kill. High and outside. Renaud hits cross court and out. Hatch with her, she's got 6 Bear Lake Realty kills in this one. And Rich has pushed the lead out to 7. 17-10 in set number 2. ICS came from behind to win the first, 26-24. Brown serves. Valente sets. Backline ace hits long and out. Rebels just duck out of the way and watch it go by. 18-10. Rich leads, and Coach Garrett Austin takes a timeout. We'll take one too. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Rich with the service in set number 2, leading 18-10. Ellie Brown serves, Ace receives. Valente sets on the back line. Ace pushes it with 2 hands to the Rebel 10-foot line. Cornea high and outside for Lamborn. Hit deflected high by the block. Ace up front, bounces it outside and right in front of the Rebels, but a pancake dig. Rich keeps it alive, and Hatch tries to pass it over, but Ace goes up and blocks it. No, that was not Ace. That, I think, was actually Valente with this stuff. Might have also been helped by the net. I'm a long ways away to decide whether the net or a player blocked that one. Valente set to serve, just clears the net. Stacy passes, Cornea high and outside for Lamborn. Big hit off the block, deflects way to the beyond the back line and out. And Rich leads 19-11. Brittany Lamborn with 3 Bear Lake Realty kills here in this second set. And Lamborn steps back to serve. The junior delivers long on the back line and in for a Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. Rich leads 20-11. They had an 18-12 lead in the first set and lost it. ICS won the first, 26-24. Lamborn serves back line again. Phillips passes. Valente high and outside for Renaud, and she cracks it too long and out. 21-11. Rich on top by 10. Second set presented by the town of Woodruff. Lamborn sets up for the serve, right to left at live.ksl.com. Up front, Valente high and outside to Renaud. Bumped over. Rebels set it up, and Stacy's hit is blocked. Tingy digs, and Rich passes it over. Almost finds a hole, but Ace gets up underneath it. Valente, Renaud down the line. Passed up high by Rich on the dig. Hatch roll attack, almost dropped it down, but Renaud able to dig it up. Ace hits off the net, off a Rebel player, and out of bounds. 21-12. Rebels lead by 9. ICS with the service. And it's Gabby Renaud. or Renau, I believe, is how I've been saying that wrong all my life. And then head of school. As the Rebels get a hit from the left side, McKenna Stacy, a fourth Bear Lake Realty kill of the set. Mitch Menning, head of school at ICS, corrected me recently, said it's Renau. I apologize. I've been saying Renat all day today, too. Set and aced with the big hit from the right side for the kill, 22-13. Rebels had a 23. Well, they had not a huge lead in that first set, but they had leads and just couldn't close the deal. We'll see if they can close it here, leading 22-13. Aced, is that aced with the service? That's ICS with the service. Rich doesn't get a good pass and has to just bump it over. High and outside. Here's aced, big hit, cracks it down, 22-14. Lions took the first. Rebels lead 22-14 in set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. With the service, Susanna Colby, maybe. Rebels set it up. Staple taps it down, almost drops it in. A diving dig. Aced, hit, and she's blocked by J.C. Cornea out of bounds. 22-15. Colby to serve again. Rebels looking for the good pass. A side out and just 3 points to win the set. Stacy. Cornea high and outside to Stacy. Hit high off the block and kept alive. Valente digs. Back set to Aced. Big hit. Rebels dig and then run out of room. 22-16. A 4-0 ICS run. And Coach Wendy Lamborn takes a timeout. We'll take one too here on The Wildlife, mylocalradio.com and live.ksl.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Rebels struggling to close the deal. Couldn't do it in the first set. ICS scored the final 4 and won 26-24. Rebels led moments ago 22-12. Now it's 22-16. ICS roaring back in. Stacy, decent pass. Cornea in the middle. Staple hits it for the back corner, and Lions dig it up and pass it over on the second touch. Rich digs. Cornea high and outside to Stacy. Tap to the back line. Lions dig. Back set. Hit. Epic Recreation block for the Rebels. They finally get the side out and the 4-0 ICS run and make it 23-16. Rich needs just 2 more points. They were in the same spot in the second set, needing 2 more points and couldn't get it. J.C. Cornea serves, aced, hits, Rebels, epic recreation block. Big time block, happy birthday. Stacy cracks it, Lions dig it. Hit, tapped, Rich keeps it alive with a dig. Staple looking for the back corner, drops it in there, but 4 hits on the Rebels, I think, is what I saw the official indicate. 23-17. Rebel lead down to 6. And Jensen, Rachel Jensen, I believe, the sophomore, in to serve. Peart passes, Cornea outside to Stacy, and she taps it into the hole of the defense. 24-17. Set point, Rich up by 7. ICS needs 7 straight points to keep this one alive. Rich needs just 1 to even the match at a game apiece. McKenna Stacy, the Crawford Trough and Randall service ace, no. Lions set it up, high and outside to Ace, touched across. Rich digs, diving dig by McKenna Stacy to keep it alive, and Rich passes it over. Valente, back set, hit. Cornea digs from her knees, and play stopped. Rich wins. I missed the indication of how they did it, but the Rebels win set 2, 25-17, tying the set count at 1 game apiece. Lions took the first, Rebels took the second, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown, and you're watching Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by The Store. Clothing and more. They're in Evanston, Wyoming, next to the Monkey Shines Laundromat. The Store, offering all kinds of items. A secondhand store, The Store, in Evanston, Wyoming. We're back at Utah Valley University, the UCCU Center for Set 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. And Brittany Lamborn serves first for the Rebels, who just tied the set count at 1 per team. Lions set it up, tap it over. Rebels smack it down. Lions dig, hit down the line. Ellie Brown digs out of bounds. Lions take a 1-0 lead. Here in this third set, that's the first 1-0 lead the Lions have had today. Beginning serve of each set is brought to you by Town & Country Realty. That's Pam Cornea, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Give her a call today at 435-779-0012. That's 435-779-0012. Rebels serve, receive, pass it over. Lions serve, receive, and Renau slaps it across down in front of Sage Tingy. Lions lead 2-0. Rebels jumped out to early leads in the first and second sets. They couldn't hold the lead in the first. They did hold the lead and won the second set 25-17. Service by Valente. Brown digs, or receives. Stacy hits, and the Lions dig it up, pass it over. Brown digs. Cornea high and in the middle. Hatch looks for the back corner and hits it too long. 3-0. Sydney Hatch with 6 kills through the first 2 sets, but the Rebels hit it long and out. Coach Lamborn sends in a substitution. She'll send in a couple looking for a pass. Rebels struggling at times. It's been streaky. Getting good passes or not. Amelia Valente, of course, that may be the streakiness, is the quality of serves that she delivers. Good pass this time. Rebels set it up. Stacy hits. Phillips with a high dig. And they set it up for Renau. Hit cross court. In there! Right on the line. Rebels thought it would be out. Let it go, and it dropped on the line. 4-0. Lions on top in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Valente serves low and into the net. Both these teams had hopes, goals of making it to the state championship match. Rebels didn't make it, partly because of being on the wrong side of the bracket, thanks to the RPI this year that pushed them down to number 5. Lions hit down the line. Rebels dig, set it up. Staple back corner. What a push by Kendall Staple for her 3rd Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. The Lions, I think, got the break they were hoping for in the seeding, but just fell short against Milford in the semifinal round earlier today. In the middle, Ace touches it. Rebels deflect it, dig it, and then push it into the net. 5-2. Lions lead in set 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Set to serve, Gabby Renau. Hope I'm saying that right. Tingy shanks the serve off to the back wall. A service ace for Renau. And she'll serve again. Just a sophomore, this ICS team will be good for years to come. Rebels shank another one up to some fans in the bleachers. And that's 20 feet up plus a few rows back. 7-2, ICS has jumped out to a big lead early on in this third set. We're tied at 1 game apiece. Tingy, better pass this time. Cornea in the middle. Staple pushes almost through the block. Ace pushes right back. Rebels set it up high and outside, and Stacy rolls it down the line. Lions dive and dig it up. Cornea in the middle, look for Staple again, hits it long and out, but it was deflected off the block. Kendall Staple with her 4th Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Gets the side out, the point, and the Rebels have the serve. JC Cornea with the right hand, serving left to right at live.ksl.com. Cornea keeps it alive on an ICS hit. Stacy cracks it into the middle of the defense. Right, nice diving dig. Set up, hit back line, and just in there for ICS. 8-3. Lions rolling in this third set. Rebels had 8-3 leads in both the first and second sets. Lions came back to win the first. Rebels took the second, held on to win that second. Isabel Aced with the service for ICS. Rebels receive. Cornea in the middle with the set. Staple hits it. Looking for the back corner, and Kendall Staple with all 3 of the Rebel kills in this third set. Knocks this one down for another Bear Lake Realty kill. McKenna Stacy serves. Top of the net, rolls over, and Valente able to dig it up. Serve receive. Tingy digs. High and outside. The Rebels go for Wallenstein. Pushed up front, and a double touch on the dig, I believe. Some kind of violation. I believe that's what it was against ICS. Rich within 3, 8-5. Stacy serves again. Renau passes up front. Valente back set. Brugman down the line. Tingy digs. Cornea high and outside for Wallenstein. Awal cracks it into the block, and it's up, over, and down to the floor. Allie Wallenstein with her first Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. 8-6. Rebels trail by 2. Stacy serves. Phillips, good pass up front. Valente high and outside. Ace, big hit. Epic Recreation block clear to the back corner. And that is an Epic Recreation block. That may be your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. McKay Frankham at 789-8910. That's 307-789-8910. Quick set in the middle. Dug up. I'm not sure what Brugman was thinking. The Rebels had blocked it. It hit the net and went on the ICS side, but it would have been out of bounds. Another Epic Recreation block of the game gives the Rebels a tie. McKenna Stacy serves long and out to give ICS right back the lead. 9-8, but that was a good 5-0 Rebel run. They were down 8-3, tied it at 8. Rachel Jensen in to serve for ICS. Tingy receives from her knees, and Cornea just taps it over on a dump set. Keep it alive. Rebels block it in on the line right in front of the ICS bench, ties the score at 9. Another Epic Recreation block of the game. Epic Recreation for all your rentals in Bear Lake. Visit epicrecreation.net. Kendall Staple serves and serves just short. 2 service errors in as many attempts for Rich. 10-9, ICS retakes the lead. ICS, the number 2 team in the RPI. Rich number 5. That's why ICS is the home team on your station on main scoreboard. Isabel Ace serves. Tingy receives. Cornea high and outside for Wallenstein. Hit, blocked, hangs on the net, then dug way up high. Hit to the back line, and in. The line judge emphatically started to go up, then said, no, that was in. 11-9. Point to the Lions. Isabel Ace to serve again with ICS on top by 2. Tingy passes up front. Cornea has to go get it. Hatch slaps it across. Another not quite good pass. Neither team passing well, and it comes back to bite ICS. That pass into the net, they couldn't dig it out. Annie Peart to serve for Rich, trailing 11-10. Peart serving left to right from your view, and she serves low and into the net. That's 3 straight service errors by Rich. You take those points and swap them around, the Rebels lead 12-10 instead of trailing 12-10. High and outside, the Rebels set for Allie Wallenstein, deflected by the block, a diving dig from Renau. And Renau right there to play it, but Ace kind of go over her back. I think neither one thought the other was there to take it. However, the communication worked out. It's a Rebel point, 12-11. Allie Wallenstein serves, and Ace comes up front to dig it, to serve it, or to serve, receive it, and passes over the net and out of bounds. That's a Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace for Allie Wallenstein. Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink when you're in Randolph. Delicious burgers, tasty food, smooth, soft ice cream. Ace from the 10-foot line. Rebels dig, barely keep it alive, and pass it over. Good pass up front. Valente with a touch, one-touch dump set. Rebels dig, set it up. Stacy hits, deflected, out of bounds. Rebel point, 13-12. McKenna Stacy with her first Bear Lake Realty kill of set number 3, brought to you by the Rich County government. Rebels with a championship cause. Wallenstein serves again. Shanked off to the side, but Phillips goes out of bounds and keeps it alive. Ace passes it over. Tingy up front. Cornea high and outside. Stacy hits down the line. Dug up to the scores table. The Lions keep it alive, but the third touch just short into the net. 14-12. Rich on a 4-0 run. Allie Wallenstein serves again and just clears the net. Overpassed. Taylor McKee digs. Cornea in the middle. Hatch hits. Back corner. Drops it in there. Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill. And Rich leads by 3, 15-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Wallenstein to serve again. Loops it in. Phillips passes it to the up official, or at his feet. And Rich with another Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. Coach Garrett takes a timeout. Coach Garrett Austin takes a timeout with Rich on top, 16-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in set number 3.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by CAD Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at CAD Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Lions set it up and run a little deception, hit it across. Rich digs, and Rich sets it up. Well, Stacy hits, blocked, dug out of bounds by Rich. 6-0 run comes to an end out of that timeout. Rich has held similar leads in the first and second sets, gave it away in the first set, held on for the win in the second set. Service by ICS. Tingy passes high on the very back line. Hatch passes up front. Rich barely gets it over the net. Valente, short set in the middle, tipped up and over. Tingy diving dig, overpassed. High and outside to Renau, hit cross court, and Rebels dig it to their bench. 16-14. ICS climbing back in. The Rebels had gone on a 6-0 run. They were down 2, then led by 4, now lead by 2. Valente serving. This is the tough spot for Rich. This is where ICS has scored a lot of its points. Hatch comes in, taps it over. High and outside, Renau slaps cross court. Staple, a diving high dig. Rich passes and passes it over. Perfect pass up front to Valente. Soft touch, pancake dig. Rebels bump it over and out. 16-15, Lions within 1. Valente serving has been the thorn in the Rebel side. She serves again. Stacy, better pass. Cornea high and outside for McKenna. Taps it into the middle. A diving dib keeps it alive and in play. Slapped back to Rich in the corner. Not even close. It was by a foot or two still in, and Rich let it go thinking it would be out, tying the score at 16. Valente again. Back line, Staple, good pass, high and outside. Stacy off the block, diving dig. Bumped high in the air, and Renau passes it or slaps it across. Good dig by Rich, set up in the middle. Hatch hits back corner. Dig by Ace, I think that was. Renau passes it over. McKee passes up front, Rebels set. Stacy cracks it down the line and in. Rebels needed that Bear Lake Realty kill. McKenna's second of the set, 9th of the match for the side out. ICS had scored 4 straight after the Rebels went on a 6-0 run of their own. Sydney Hatch serves. Ace receives. Valente back set right side. Nice move going across, but a ball on the court stops play. 18-16. Did Rich get a point there? I thought it was a ball that stopped play, but it was a point for Rich. Set up in the middle, barely passed over by Ace. Rebels get a good pass, set it up high and outside. Stacy down the line in the corner, it's in there. Bear Lake Realty kill puts the Rebels up 19-16. Bear Lake Realty, visit bearlakerealty.com, the highest volume and most experienced real estate agent in the Bear Lake Valley. We'll be right back. This is a T7 Propane and Woodruff timeout on the Wildlife, mylocalradio.com and live.ksl.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
For 3rd and 4th place, each team has won a set. We're late in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. The Lions set it up, hit it. Epic Recreation block of the game for Kendall Staple right there in the middle. And the Rebels push the lead out to 4. They struggled in the first set to close things out. They had a good lead in the second set and held on for the win. Sydney Hatch serving for Rich, left to right at live.ksl.com. Phillips with a nice pass in the middle, tapped across, diving dig by Rich, another diving dig, and pushed over. That second one doesn't actually count as a dig, but that's the best way I can find to describe it. Overpass, tapped back to the corner by Rich. It was deflected, dug up, and dropped to the floor. 21-16. Rich with a 5-point lead down the stretch in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Sydney Hatch serves short and into the net, 21-17. Lions get the side out and the service. Gabby Renaud, I believe, is the one serving. Rebels shank off the serve receive, not even close, way back and out of bounds. 21-18 on the service ace for Renaud. Rich set to receive this service. They just keep it alive and pass it over. Aced, Valente in the middle, touched across by Colby. Rebels dig it up, set in the middle, and Staples' hit is blocked, but Stacy is there to overpass it. Aced steps back, hits it high in the air. Rebels dig into the middle, pass it over. Up front, good pass for Valente, or good set. Rebels dig. In the middle, Staple back corner, and Renaud digs it. High and outside for Ace. Big hit off the top of the net. Rich digs it, barely keeps it alive. 1, 2, 3. It's on the floor. Point to the Lions, 21-19. ICS climbing back in. Rebels have struggled to finish off sets against ICS. It's been a point of focus this season to finish. And here on the last match of the season, Rich really struggling to get that final point. ICS sets it up high and outside. Ace hits, epic block, but out of bounds by the Rebels. 21-20, Lions within 1. Rich takes a timeout and will take one as well. Rebels led 20-16, Lions on a 4-0 run. That's a 1-point Rebel lead. This timeout is brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff for all your propane needs. 435-793-4208.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Coming right back out of the timeout. Rich sets it up, pushes it over. Ace digs, Brugman slaps it across. McKee passes up front for Rich, set up, and Stacy cracks it down the line and in. 22-20. Rich not only gets the side out it wanted coming out of the timeout, it gets a Bear Lake Realty kill. J.C. Cornea back to serve. Rich and ICS tied at 1 game apiece. We're in the 3rd set. Cornea serves. Good pass up front to Valente. Back set, tipped over. Rich barely keeps it alive and passes it over. Wallenstein was right there to bump it across. Ace tying outside, back line, out. The Lions thought it was in. From my vantage point, it looked in, but again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm at no vantage point from 80 yards away to make a call. Phillips, good pass. Rich leading 23-20. Ace hits again. Tingy digs. Cornea high and outside. Stacy down the line, deflected and dug up from the middle. Passed into the middle. 4 hits for the Lions. 24-20. Set point Rebels. That set was just too soft for a player to get there. Cornea to the back corner. Passed, and Phillips passes it over. Good pass up front by Rich. Cornea back set. Staple touches it over, and Valente digs. Phillips, high pass, 10-foot line. Attack into the net. Rebels win set 3, 25-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Rich takes a 2-1 lead in the match. Lions took the first. Rebels have taken the second and third as we head for a 4th set. This 3rd set has been brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Allie Wallenstein, and you're tuned into Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live. What could be better than a fresh, mouth-watering burger from the Crawford Trough in Randolph? Top it with cheese and thick-cut bacon, or throw in some mushrooms and make it a double. Now we're talking. Add home-cut fries and a creamy shake, and you might just think you're in paradise. With crisp salads and tasty wraps, plus onion rings, perfectly cooked chicken, cold drinks, and silky smooth ice cream, the Crawford Trough is the place to eat and drink at 120 South Main in Randolph.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The town council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District. Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit BearLakeRealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Set number 4 upcoming. Lions came from behind and took the first, 26-24. Rebels took the second, 25-17, and the third, 25-20. This beginning serve of the 4th set is brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Rebels receive, set it up in the middle. Hatch hits, cross court, dug up at the 10-foot line, passed backward. Ace slaps it across. Stacy with a perfect pass up to Cornea, high and outside. Stacy, no, that was Wallenstein with the kill. Stacy it was on the pass, and AWOL with a Bear Lake Realty kill gives Rich a 1-0 lead. Again, the beginning serves by Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Slapped, well, a Rebel point. Not sure. It must have been a Lion in the net. Rich takes a 2-0 lead, and Allie Wallenstein steps back to serve again. She's got 2 aces so far in this match. And looking for another, doesn't get it. Phillips off to the side, popped up, nope, out of bounds. That is a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. My angle from this side fooled me a bit. Allie Wallenstein to serve again for Rich, leading 3-0. Awall delivers the service, just clears the net, passed up high, over and out. Roger that. Second consecutive Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace for Allie Wallenstein. Her 4th of the match. And Awall serves again. Into the net, just short, service error. I guess you'll trade 2 service aces for 1 service error. The Lions take over on the serve. This is Gabby Renaud serving for ICS. McKee receives. Cornea sets, and Stacy tips it just over, almost into a hole. Overpass, Stacy cracks it back. Lions dig, Ace hits, Tingy digs, Stacy hits to the back corner, deflected and out. 5-1, Rich. McKenna Stacy with her 12th kill of the match. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake area. Ace hits down the line. Rebels dig, and Cornea taps it across. Valente taps it right back. Rebels dive and dig. Cornea sets. Stacy hits through the block. Valente digs out to the side, and Phillips and Ace both thought the other was going for it. Neither one got to it. 6-1 Rebels lead in set number 4. This is a deciding set if the Rebels win. If ICS wins, we'll go to a set 5. Ace coming down the line, crushes it to the back line. Boy, she's got as hard a hit as just about anybody, Kaisa Miller included. Miller from Panguitch, she can really swing, and Isabel Ace right there on par with Miller. Ace set to serve for ICS. Stacy receives. Cornea high and outside from McKenna. Hit into the block. Stacy digs. Cornea sets, and Staple touches, loops it up to the back corner. Lions dig it up, set it to Brugman. Rebels block. Kendall Staple. I wish I was keeping track of blocks today because she's been huge. The senior with the Epic Recreation block of the game. For all your rentals, when you visit the Bear Lake area, visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook and make your vacation an epic one to remember. Lions set up the service, hit it to the right, to the back right corner from their perspective, the Rebels' left defensive corner, and drop it in. 7-3 on the kill from ICS. Rachel Jensen serving for the Lions, trailing 2-1 and 7-3 on the scoreboard. Not a great pass for Rich, and Cornea just goes and punches it over. The Lions on the overpass trying a happy birthday hit and hit it low into the net. 8-3 Rebel point. I think that counts as a Bear Lake Realty kill for J.C. Cornea. Into the match, Mackenzie Smith to serve. Overpassed. Wallenstein slaps it back. Lions set it up, and Ace hits from the back line. Epic block. No, on the Rebel side. Blocked. Wrong side of the net for Rich. Right side for ICS. Ace with the kill. 8-4. Rebels on top in set number 4. The winner of this match takes 3rd. The loser goes home 4th. Ace with the service. Rebels pass up front. Nice pass. Cornea doesn't have to move, but the set too far back. Peart had to go back and get it. ICS digs, slaps in front of the Rebel defense. 8-5. Lions with the kill. Again, Rich took the 2nd and 3rd sets after the Lions took the 1st. So Rich leads 2-1 and 8-5 in set 4. Tingy, nice pass. Cornea in the middle, goes for Staple, back corner, long and out. 8-6. Kendall Staple's been very good today, but just fired long on that attack. Ace to serve again. There have been a couple of servers for ICS that have given Rich trouble, and there's an ace for Aced. Rebels let it go. They thought it would be out, and again, there's been a couple of those today, not even close. That one was in by at least 8 or 12 inches. Ace serves. Stacy passes up to the side. Wallenstein keeps it alive, and Tingy pushes it over. Rich just keeps this one alive. High and outside, and Renaud cracks it into the net. 4 touches for ICS gives Rich a 9-7 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. When Valente serves and when Ace is serving, the Rebels are struggling to get out of those rotations, get those side outs. Staple serves and Phillips receives. Valente goes a long ways to pass it up in the air, and the Lions hit it over. Rich sets it up. Hatch with the hit, deflected, kept in the air, slapped back to the Rebels. Cornea sets, and Hatch touches it in front of a diving Rachel Jensen. Sydney Hatch with her 8th Bear Lake Realty kill of the match. Rich leads 10-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Kendall Staple serves again, looking for Phillips. She and Ace combined to pass it to the teammates on the bench. A Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace for Kendall Staple. Her first of the match. The Rebels have built a 4-point lead, 11-7. After the Lions had almost tied it up at 8-7. Passed backwards, Ace from the 10-foot line, hits short into the nylon, 12-7. Rebels lead by 5. Coach Garrett Austin cheering his team on, saying, girls, let's focus, let's get it together. Valente, high and outside. Renau, big hit, dug by Staple. Rebels keep it alive and pass it over. A high pass, Valente up front after a nice dig, but her back set is on top of the net. Rebels go up and tap it down and score the point, 13-7. Rich leads, and Kendall Staple continues the service. Aced, better pass this time. Valente high and to the back 10-foot line. Renau gives it a nice shot. Stacy barely able to dig it up. Comprehensive Family Dental dig, and the Rebels slap it across. Valente, better set this time for Renau. Hit down the line. Diving dig by McKenna Stacy. Rebels set it up in the middle. Hatch cracks it. And Zandberg with the dig. Rebels hit it high. A double touch on the set for ICS gives Rich a touchdown lead, 14-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Kendall Staple set to serve. Phillips receives high and at the 10-foot line. Valente passes high and outside. Renau punches it across court and just long and out. 15-7. Lucky for the Rebels because they had nobody there. They looked back and prayed it would go long. Prayers were answered. Kendall Staple serves again. Almost drops it in for a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. But the Lions return it. Staple dives to keep it alive on a dig. Hatch hits long and in. Oh, boy. From here, that looked out, but the line judge right on top of it. Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and the Rebels are on top 16-7 in set 4 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Back at Utah Valley University UCCU Center, and Coach Austin gets just what he wanted out of the timeout, a side out. Richmond on an 8-0 run comes to a close on a service error by Rich, but Kendall Staple, that error aside, she is killing it today. Tingy, a poor serve receive for Rich, service ace for the ICS Lions. And I believe this is Morgan Zandberg serving. Hits the top of the net, barely kept alive by the Rebels. Pass, and Hatch slaps it over. Good attack, considering. High and outside, Renau. Rebels block it. Peart going to her backside, keeps it in the air, and Stacy cracks it from the 10-foot line. Lions dig it, set it on the back line for Isabel Ace. Hits long and out. 17-9. Rebels lead in set number 4 and lead 2 sets to 1 for 3rd and 4th place. Rich trying to avenge last year's loss in this same match at the hands of the ICS Lions. Ellie Brown serves. Passed up at the net. Touched over on a dump set. Rebels set it up and slap it across. Lions barely dig it up. Great dig by Phillips. Touched back to Rich. Wallenstein digs. Cornea high and outside to Awals. Blocked by the net. Point to the Lions, 17-10. A 7-point Rebel lead. Late in set number 4, the Rebels leading 2 sets to 1. ICS came from behind to take the first. Rich took sets 2 and 3. Service from ICS, and Staple receives. Hatch hits, back corner, aced with a nice dig. Valente high and outside, Renau down the line. High dig by McKee. Rebels set it up on the back line. Stacy from the 10-foot line Hits low and into the net. A 6-point lead. Valente serving. And this is one of those rotations that Rich has had real trouble getting out of when Valente is serving. Staple passes. Cornea high and outside to Wallentine. She's blocked, but Rich digs it up and passes it over. Valente sets. Renau from the left side down the line. Stacy digs. Cornea into the middle. Hatch back corner. Phillips digs it up and out of bounds to court 4. 18-11. Sydney Hatch with a Bear Lake Realty kill, and that's what Rich needed, was the side out to get out of that rotation. 18-11. Rich leads. Allie Wallentine serves. Phillips passes. Valente back set. Stuffed. Epic Recreation block of the game. McKenna Stacy. For all your rentals in Bear Lake, visit epicrecreation.net. Boy, she read that perfectly. Allie Wallentine to serve again. AWOL with 4 aces in this match. Passed high, and passed over by Phillips. McKee up front to Cornea. High and outside. Stacy crushes it to the back line. Big time Bear Lake Realty kill for McKenna Stacy. Her 13th of the match, and Rich leads 20-11. That poor volleyball just got drilled. Wallentine serves again. Valente high and outside, but the set a little bit low. Brugman passes it over. Cornea high and outside again for Stacy. Hits hard again, but too long. Looped it up over the block and hit it too far and out. 20-12. Rich up by 8. Gabby Renau back to serve. ICS clinging to hope of finishing the season with a win. Cornea back set for Brown. Oh no, that was Hatch. Lions dig it, set it, hit it. Staple digs, overpass, right at the net. Cornea able to dig it and keep it alive. Rebels push it across. Lions dig. Valente, quick back set, right side, slapped over. Cornea digs. Brown, or McKee high and outside. Rebels hit just long and out. 20-13. Rebels had a 6-point, 18-12 lead in the first set. ICS came from behind to win. It was actually bigger than that. It was 16-8 midway through the first. Rebels on a 50-50, tap it over. Ace touched it twice, or was that Susanna Colby? 21-13. Rich 4 points away from third place in what would be a 4-set victory over the ICS Lions. Sydney Hatch serves. Good pass from Phillips. Valente high and outside. Ace touches it. Rebels with a comprehensive family dental pancake dig. Touched into the middle by McKenna Stacy, rather. Give Taylor McKee the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game on that pancake dig. Sydney Hatch serves low and into the net. 22-13. Service error makes it 22-14. Rich up by 8. Digs today brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1998. Isabel Ace serves. Rebels barely able to get underneath it, pass it over. Diving dig is an overpass. Rebels set. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Hit to the back corner. A diving dig from Renau. Rebels keep it alive. Cornea high and outside again for Stacy. And a big dig by Valente to keep it in the air. What control to pass it over the top. Cornea high and outside again for Stacy. Swings hard into the block. It's deflected out of bounds. Rich leads 23-14. McKenna Stacy with her 4th Bear Lake Realty kill of the set. 15th of the match. Rich 2 points away from a match victory. JC Cornea serves. High and outside. The Lions go to Aced. Blocked high in the air to the Rebel bench and down. Isabel Aced. Boy, her power on the swing is impressive. Rebels should be glad that Ace is a senior and they don't have to deal with her in the coming years in region play and like this year and last year at state. Service. Into the net by Morgan Zandberg. Or no, that was Rachel Jensen. 24-15 set and match point. Rich Rebels. Lions took the first set. Rich took the second, third, and the Rebels are 1 point away from taking the fourth. Mackenzie Smith, a sophomore, into serve for Rich. Up front, Valente goes high and outside. Ace crushes it into the Rebel block and gets the kill. Isabel Ace. Who else would you go to if you're the Lions when you need a point? Isabel Ace. She drops back to serve, I believe. Oh, no, that's not aced serving. That's Susanna Colby serving. Rebels receive it well, set it up. Brown hits down the line. Colby digs. What a diving dig by the Lions. Set up, hit over, and out, and the Rebels win 25-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rich takes down the ICS Lions in 4, 3-1. 25-17, 25-20, and 25-16 in sets 2, 3, and 4. And the Rich Rebels finish 3rd place. The ICS Lions finish 4th. A 3-1 victory for the Rich Rebels. And I think most importantly for Rich, for Coach Lamborn, for the players, to finish with a victory. Go out, end this season with a W. That's what the Rebels just did. We'll tell you more about it, recap the broadcast or the match on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Back on the Mountain Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. The Rebels and the ICS Lions just wrapped up the season. 2 teams left to go. It's Panguitch and Milford for the state championship. Paiute beat Valley for 5th and 7th. Tabiona beat Whitehorse 3-0 for 6th and 8th. Rebels beat ICS for 3rd and 4th. Let's give you the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. And the Rebels and the ICS Lions for the 2nd consecutive year meeting for the 3rd and 4th place match. Both disappointed after losing in the semifinals, but wanting to finish the season with a victory. And Rich jumped out to a 5-1 lead in the first set and led by as much as 8 midway through, 16-8. But the Lions went on an 8-2 run and then closed out the set on a 7-1 run to win the first, 26-24. Rich had a similar second set in that they built a lead. They were up 13-6 at one point. ICS battled back. Rich pushed back out to an 18-10 lead. ICS never gave up, battled back, got to within 4 points or 5 points, but then Rich scored a few points to close it out and win set number 2, 25-17. The Lions took a 4-0 lead in the third set and had an 8-3 lead a few minutes later before Rich went on a 5-0 run, tied it at 8. Then, a little bit later on, Rich went on a 6-0 run to go up 16-12, and the Rebels never looked back. They just held that lead the rest of the way and won 25-20 in set number 2. Came down to set number 3, and the Rebels jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Then the Lions battled back. It was 8-7. Kendall Staple for Rich went back to serve and served a couple of aces as part of an 8-0 Rebel run that put Rich up 16-7. And Rich didn't look back from there, winning 25-16 and taking the match 3-1. So Rich beats Manila 3-0 on Friday, beats Paiute 3-2 on Friday night, loses a tough one to Panguitch Saturday morning 3-1, and then bounces back for a third-place finish at state with a 3-1 victory over the ICS Lions. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, with many other locations throughout the region. Stay tuned. The Mountain Valley Cattle Company postgame show continues. We'll have some Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights and stats and the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar, final one of the Rich Rebel volleyball season, when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
More than 1,300 rural hospitals were evaluated, and for the third year in a row, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital placed in the top 100 for quality as well as best practices and critical access, with a 24-hour emergency department, orthopedics, home health, a residential nursing home, physical therapy, surgical services, family doctors, chemotherapy, dialysis, and more. So, when it comes to your health, make sure you're seen by the best. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. Three games to one, the Rebels beat the ICS Lions and finish third place. A disappointing loss this morning against the Panguitch Bobcats, but I don't know if I guess it's a satisfying finish. Maybe that's the word, a satisfying win over the ICS Lions. The Rebels have now beat ICS 2 straight times after losing at ICS back in September. The Rebels then swept the Lions at Rich and beat them 3-1 here at State for third place. Some final stats and highlights brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. By Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care. Post-game highlights and stats. Rebels finished with 11 service errors in the match, 8 service aces. Lions had 9 aces to just 3 errors. They served well. But one of the differences, I think, today was the all-around play. Aced, it's so tough to stop her. But if you can get her out of rotation on the back row, the Rebels found a lot of success, especially when they could get out of when Valente was serving. And Rich got good hitting from McKenna Stacy, 14 kills by my tally. Sydney Hatch had 10 kills, and Kendall Staple, 7 kills, plus a couple of aces from the middle blocker position. And, boy, Rich just, I think the team effort, the team play a little bit better from Rich today, and that made a big difference in this match. The full team complement, I think, is what I'm trying to say. So the Rebels finished the season overall. Let me make sure I get this right. Rich goes 22-12, ICS 23-6. That's an impressive year for ICS. 23 wins, just 6 losses. Rich with 22 wins and 12 losses, and finishes out third place. The Lions fourth place. Both these teams will be tough again next year. They'll graduate some seniors. Faith Worthy for ICS. Isabel Ace will be a tough one to replace. Marissa Brugman and Brianna Phillips. Those 4 seniors for ICS will be tough to replace, but when you've got gals like Gabrielle Renaud, Morgan Zandberg, Amelia Valente, one of the top servers in the state, Erica Callanan, who we didn't see a whole lot today, but Susanna Colby, this ICS team will not rebuild. They will reload next year. They'll be very good, as will the Rich Rebels next year. They'll graduate 4 seniors in Kendall Staple, who was a beast today. I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe I'd find a better adjective than a beast for a volleyball player, but Kendall Staple killed it today. And she'll graduate. She's a senior. Allie Wallenstein, a senior. She was great throughout the season. The Rebels will rely on her on the basketball court a lot as well. Ellie Brown and Sydney Hatch, both, just all 4 seniors, key cogs of this Rebel volleyball team, which will, much like ICS, be extremely good again next year with the likes of McKenna Stacy, setter J.C. Cornea coming back, and then a bunch of others who contributed and will be a big part of the Rebel volleyball team for years to come. That's your final post-game highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Stay tuned. One more break. We'll be back with the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar, and we'll wrap this thing up. Our broadcast today also brought to you by The Store in Evanston, Wyoming. Clothing and more in the Monkey Shines next to the laundromat, the Monkey Shines Strip Mall. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of the Mountain Valley Cattle Company on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. And thanks for tuning in on live.ksl.com as well. When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. With that, the season of 2019 volleyball comes to an end. Rebels finish with a win, third place, and 22 wins this season. And finish on a high note. Panguitch will take on Milford for the championship. Those teams played twice already this year, and Panguitch won both times. One time with a 3-0 sweep, one time with a 3-1 victory. That was the more recent one. And again, on paper, Panguitch the favorite. The UHSA RPI had Milford with no business even being in the championship round. They were 6th in the UHSAA RPI, but got a lucky draw facing Monument Valley in the quarterfinal round, and then played well to beat ICS in the semifinals earlier today. Let's move along in our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture, 848 Front Street in Evanston. Looking ahead to next week, Southridge Elementary PTA parent meeting on Monday at 2 p.m. in the district office. Tuesday, Wyoming men's basketball takes on Idaho State in the AA, the Arena Auditorium. Pregame is at 6:30, and I believe we'll have that broadcast right here on KADQ 98.3 FM with tip-off at 7. Wednesday, Rich High School and Rich Middle School choir concert. That's at 6:30 p.m. Wednesday evening in the Rich High Auditorium. Wednesday night, also the Cowgirls are in action, hosting Colorado Christian. Tip-off at 6:30 in the AA. And the Wyoming Football Cowboys Coaches Show, the Coach Bowl radio show, is at 7:07 p.m. Wednesday night. Looking ahead to next Thursday, Rich Middle School's girls basketball team play Green River. Open the season at 3:45 the Thursday, November 7th. And then to Saturday, November 9th, Rich Middle School girls basketball continues the season at DMS and EMS with A games only. The wrestling team from Rich Middle School, the Royals, are at Evanston beginning at 10 a.m. And 2A football continues the semifinal round at Orem High School. Duchesne takes on Beaver, the number 1 seed, and Millard takes on Milford, the number 2 seed. The first game at 11:30 between Duchesne and Beaver. Millard and Milford face off at 1:30. That's at Orem High School, just down the road from here at Utah Valley University. Also next Saturday, the Wyoming Cowboys get back into action on the Smurf turf in Boise. Boise State Broncos, pregames at 7, kickoff at 8:15 right here on KDQ and 98.3 FM. The Wildlife. That's it. That's your Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. Western Ag Credit, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. That will wrap up our broadcast here this afternoon from Utah Valley University and the UCCU Center. Wraps up the post-game show brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Don't miss our next Rebel broadcast. That'll be Friday, November 22nd, I believe. Yes, it is. Friday, November 22nd, the Rebel girls basketball team gets into action, and we'll have the broadcast right here on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. Rich opens the season at the 1A preview. I think they've actually started calling that the Central Utah preview, but Rich will take on Bryce Valley Friday at 4, and then Valley Saturday at 1:30. Our pregames will start half an hour before those times on here on KADQ, and you can watch live at mylocalradio.com. That's my consolation when a volleyball and a football season come to an end. It's a sad time, and at least I know that basketball is right around the corner. So looking forward to Rebel basketball. The girls, I think, from Rich will be state championship contenders this year. They'll be very solid, very good, and we're excited for that to come around. The boys should be pretty tough as well and have a good season. Well, we want to thank our cooperators, our partners in today's video broadcast, KSL. If you're interested in watching Penguins take on Milford for the state championship, you can stay tuned here to live.ksl.com or switch over to live.ksl.com if you've been tuned in on mylocalradio.com. Thank our producer, Alyssa McDaniel, back in the studio. Thanks so much, Alyssa. Great job all season long. It's been a pleasure, and look forward to continuing to work with you. Thanks so much to our sponsors. We thank you, all the fans, the parents, the players, the coaches, everybody for your support. A big thank you again to the sponsors for making these broadcasts possible and free here on mylocalradio.com. Look forward to continuing to do that for years to come. Until the next time Rich volleyball, well, the next time Rebel basketball takes the court, Friday, November 22nd. I'm Ryan STEINECKERT. Congratulations to the Rebels, a third-place finish. We'll talk with you again soon.